Hi, I'm Lily. Before I dive into my story, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. So, let me tell you about this one vacation that turned my world upside down. It was a sunny Friday afternoon when I impulsively texted Jenna. Beach this weekend? Within an hour, Jenna, Alex, Brian, Mia, and I were frantically packing for our spontaneous trip to Crystal Beach Resort. Lily, you're a genius for suggesting this getaway. We all needed this break, Jenna said, as we loaded our bags into the car. Her enthusiasm was contagious. On the drive, Mia controlled the playlist, filling the car with upbeat tunes. Alex and Brian joked around, teasing each other about their lack of packing skills. I felt a sense of freedom and excitement, surrounded by my friends. We arrived at the resort just before sunset. The golden rays shimmering on the ocean were a breathtaking sight. We checked into our rooms and quickly changed to explore the beach. I can't believe how beautiful this place is, I said, snapping photos of the scenic view. Lily, you're always behind the camera. Get in front of it for once, Alex insisted, grabbing my camera. We posed for a group photo, the ocean making a perfect backdrop. Dinner was a lively affair at the resort's open-air restaurant. The sea breeze, the sound of waves, and the delicious seafood made it a perfect evening. We shared stories, laughed at Brian's terrible puns, and planned our activities for the next day. The following day was full of adventures: jet skiing, beach volleyball, and a lot of sunbathing. In the evening, we gathered around a beach bonfire. "This is the life," Brian said, roasting marshmallows. "Yeah, no worries. Just good vibes," Jenna added, leaning back into the sand. The night ended with us stargazing and sharing our dreams and aspirations. It was one of those perfect moments where everything just felt right. On our last day, we decided to have a lazy morning. Jenna and I sat on the balcony, sipping coffee, while Alex, Brian, and Mia went for an early swim. "I wish we could stay here forever," Jenna sighed. "Me too," I replied, "but reality awaits." After breakfast, we packed up and checked out of the resort. The drive back was quiet, everyone lost in their thoughts, reliving the wonderful moments we had shared. Back home, I decided to upload the photos from the trip. As I scrolled through them, a chill ran down my spine. In a photo taken on the first day, there was a figure in the background. It looked eerily similar to my ex, Mark. "Wait, what's he doing here?" I muttered to myself, zooming in. The figure had the same build and hair color as Mark. Confused and unsettled, I called Jenna. "Jenna, have you seen the photos from our trip?" "Not yet, why?" she asked, puzzled by the urgency in my voice. "There's someone in our photos, at the beach. It looks like Mark." "Mark? Your ex? That's impossible. He should be in New York for his job," Jenna said, sounding as confused as I felt. I sent her the photo. There was a long pause. "Holy, that does look like him. Why would he be there? You think he was following you?" The thought sent shivers down my spine. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Remember how he used to show up unannounced at places he knew you'd be? This feels like that all over again. Yeah, it's creepy. I haven't seen him since the breakup. Why start now? There's more, Lily. I've been getting these strange anonymous messages recently. Just weird, vague stuff. But now I'm wondering. Wait, you think it's related to Mark? I don't know, but it started around the time we planned this trip. I need to find out more. Maybe there's a way to see if he was really there, like checking the resort's guest list or something. Lily, be careful. If it is Mark, we don't know what he's capable of. I will, but I need answers, Jenna. This has gone too far. I sat at Jenna's kitchen table, my laptop open, showing the vacation photos. Alex, Brian, and Mia were gathered around, each one wearing a look of disbelief. "This is insane, Lily. Are you sure it's him?" I nodded at Alex's question, feeling a knot in my stomach. "I'm sure. It's Mark." "We need to do something about this," Brian chimed in, his voice edged with anger. "But what? Go to the cops?" Mia's question hung in the air. Jenna shook her head. "No, we need proof. Right now, it's just a photo and some messages." "I have an idea," Mia said suddenly, her eyes lighting up. "What if we bait him?" "Bait him?" I repeated, intrigued. "Yeah, like set a trap. We could use social media, maybe a fake account or something." I looked at Mia, admiring her tech-savvy brain. "Can you set that up?" "Easily. I'll create a fake profile, post stuff about another trip or event, something that would lure him out. "We'll need to be careful," Brian added. "If he's been stalking Lily, he might be watching her social media too." "Exactly," Mia said, already typing away on her laptop. "So we make it look like the account isn't directly connected to Lily. Maybe a new friend she's made, posting about an upcoming event." I felt a mix of fear and determination. And then we wait. If he shows up, we catch him in the act. We'll need to document everything discreetly," Mia explained. "I can help with that," Alex offered. "I've got a good camera, and I know a thing or two about surveillance." "We'll all help," Jenna said firmly. "This ends now. We're with you, Lily." For the next few hours, we brainstormed and planned. Mia created the fake social media profile, while Alex and Brian discussed the best ways to capture evidence without being noticed. The profile was of a girl named Kayla, who was supposedly a new friend I met at a yoga class. Mia was meticulous, making sure every detail looked real. Photos, check-ins, friends, all carefully fabricated. Once the profile was set up, she started posting. Photos of beaches, restaurants, and mentions of a big upcoming beach party. The bait was set. A few days passed, and I couldn't help but feel anxious. Every time my phone buzzed, I jumped, expecting news from Mia. Then, one evening, as we were all at Jenna's place, Mia's phone pinged with a notification. "Guys, he took the bait. He's been messaging Kayla, asking about the party." My heart raced. So he's definitely watching my social media. "We've got him," Brian said, his voice a mix of triumph and concern. "We need to plan this party for real now," Alex stated. "Make it convincing." The following week was a blur of preparations. We rented a small beachside venue, making sure it was secluded enough for our plan. Invitations were sent out through the fake profile, but in reality, the guests would be just us and a few trusted friends. The night of the party arrived. We set everything up, making it look like a typical beach bash. Alex and Brian were in charge of capturing Mark's actions, equipped with hidden cameras and mics. As the party started, I tried to act normal, but my nerves were shot. Every car that pulled up made me tense. Then, about an hour into the party, Mia nudged me. "He's here, just got out of a cab." I felt a chill run down my spine. This was it. Mark walked into the party looking around. He hadn't seen me yet. I stayed back, watching as he mingled, pretending to be just another guest. Brian and Alex were in position, cameras rolling. This was the moment of truth. The party was in full swing, the beach lit by strings of lights and the rhythmic beat of music filling the air. People laughed and danced, oblivious to the drama about to unfold. Mark made his way through the crowd, his eyes fixed on me. I felt a surge of adrenaline, knowing everything was about to come to a head. "There you are, Lily. Fancy seeing you here." His voice was casual, but I could sense the underlying tension. I steadied my nerves. "Mark, what a surprise. Didn't expect to see you here." I could say the same. "You look, well." His tone had a familiar edge, one that made my skin crawl. I glanced at Jenna, who was watching from a distance, ready to step in. "Yeah, I've been good. Enjoying life, you know." He nodded, his gaze not leaving mine. "I've been keeping an eye on you. You seem happier." It was a veiled reference, a hint at his stalking. I kept my expression neutral. "Yeah, moving on does that to you." Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Alex and Brian discreetly recording our exchange. "Moving on, huh? Is that why you're here with all these people? Trying to make me jealous?" His words were starting to draw attention. A few partygoers glanced our way, curious. "No, Mark. I'm here because I want to be. Not everything is about you." His facade began to crack, a hint of anger seeping through. "You know, Lily, you always were too proud, too stubborn to see what's good for you. Is that what you tell yourself? That following me, showing up at places uninvited is good for me?" People were definitely watching now. Whispers rippled through the crowd. "You don't understand. I did it all for us, for what we had. Stalking me? Harassing me? That's your idea of love?" The tension was palpable. Jenna stepped forward, her voice firm. "Enough, Mark. We know what you've been doing. The messages, the photos, showing up here. It's over." Mark's face turned a shade paler. He glanced around, realizing the crowd was against him. "This is crazy. You're all crazy." Alex stepped up, holding up his camera. "We have everything recorded, Mark. Your messages, following Lily, even this conversation. Everyone's going to see who you really are. The realization hit Mark like a ton of bricks. His eyes darted around, looking for an escape, but there was none. The confrontation spread like wildfire. Phones came out, recording the scene. Within minutes, videos and posts about Mark's behavior were circulating online. His own friends, who had come to the party, watched in disbelief. The Mark they knew was unraveling before their eyes. "You'll regret this, Lily. You all will." His threat was empty, hollow. The crowd was on our side, his actions laid bare for all to see. As he was escorted out of the party, the weight of his deeds seemed to finally dawn on him. His confident stride had turned into a defeated shuffle. In the aftermath, the air felt lighter. The tension had broken, replaced by a sense of relief and vindication. "I can't believe it's finally over," I said to Jenna as we watched Mark disappear into the night. "He got what he deserved, and you stood your ground, Lily. We all did." As the party wound down, the sense of triumph was palpable. We had exposed Mark's true nature, not just to ourselves, but to the world. A week had passed since the confrontation. The cafe was bustling with its usual morning crowd, as Jenna, Alex, Brian, Mia, and I gathered for our usual catch-up. "So, have you heard about Mark?" Brian asked, scrolling through his phone. "Yeah, his company let him go. Saw it on their official Twitter feed," Alex replied, sipping his coffee. "Serves him right. After everything went viral, they had to distance themselves," Mia added, a hint of satisfaction in her tone. "His friends aren't too pleased either. Saw a few unfollow him on social media," Jenna chimed in. I nodded, feeling a mix of relief and vindication. It's like a weight's been lifted. Finally, he's facing the consequences of his actions. "Lily, you okay?" Mia's voice was full of concern. "Yeah, I am. It's just... it feels surreal, you know? After all this time, to be free of him." The conversation shifted as we shared stories and updates on our lives. But there was an underlying sense of camaraderie and strength that hadn't been there before. The cafe door chimed, and we all instinctively tensed, a reflex from the past weeks, but it was just another customer, and we all let out a collective, almost humorous sigh. "Guess we're still a bit jumpy," Alex said with a light laugh. "Can you blame us? After what we've been through," Jenna replied, her eyes meeting mine with an understanding smile. "True, but look at us now. Stronger and more united than ever," Brian added. "Absolutely. Lily, you showed us all what it means to stand up for yourself, to fight back," Mia said, her eyes warm with admiration. I smiled, feeling a sense of pride and newfound strength. "It wasn't just me. We did this together. Each one of you played a part." The cafe was alive with the chatter of customers, the clinking of coffee cups, the everyday sounds of life moving on. "You know what? I've been thinking a lot lately. About what happened, about moving forward," I began, feeling a clarity I hadn't felt in a long time. "And," Jenna prodded, leaning in, "and I've realized that I'm done letting toxicity into my life. From anyone. I've grown so much from this, learned so much about myself, about all of us." Nods and smiles of agreement went around the table. "Here's to new beginnings, to friendships that withstand storms, and to never looking back," Brian said, raising his cup. We all raised our cups, a symbol of our shared journey and triumph. "To new beginnings," we echoed in unison. The laughter and conversation continued, the sense of freedom and joy palpable. As we left the cafe, stepping out into the sunlight, I felt a new chapter of my life beginning. A chapter filled with promise, growth, and the knowledge that whatever comes my way, I'm not alone. Walking down the bustling streets, our laughter mingled with the city's symphony. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and freshly brewed coffee from nearby cafes. The sun was warm, a gentle reminder that life keeps moving forward. "So, Lily, what's next for you?" Jenna asked, her eyes bright with curiosity. I thought for a moment, feeling the freedom of possibilities. "I think I'll focus on my photography, maybe start that online gallery I've always talked about." "That's awesome, Lily. Your photos are amazing," Alex encouraged. "Yeah, and you know we'll support you all the way," Brian added, giving me a reassuring nod. We stopped at a street corner, the city's energy buzzing around us. People hurried past, each lost in their own world, yet all part of this vast tapestry of life. "You guys, I can't thank you enough. For standing by me, for everything," I said, feeling a swell of gratitude. "Hey, what are friends for?" Mia replied. We're a team, Lily. Always have been, always will be, Jenna said, linking her arm with mine. As we continued walking, I felt a sense of peace. The ordeal with Mark had been challenging, but it brought out a resilience in me that I never knew I had. And more than that, it reinforced the incredible bond I shared with my friends. As we said our goodbyes, promising to meet up again soon, I took a moment to just breathe in the day. I looked up at the sky and I felt free. Free from the past, free to embrace the future. So, to whoever's listening, remember this. Life will throw curveballs, people will let you down, but in the end, you have the power to rise above it all. Embrace your journey, cherish your friends, and never ever let anyone dim your light. Remember, you're stronger than you think. And sometimes, just sometimes, fate steps in to show you just how true that is. Thanks for listening to my story. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tales of resilience and triumph. Keep shining, everyone. Was Mark's public exposure and social fallout a justified consequence for his actions? Or should there have been a different way to handle his behavior? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss. And remember, if you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for being part of our story's journey.